A very good afternoon. Much thanks for joining us here on the program. This is Trending News. I'm Nancy Nalima. A lot happening today from the corridors of justice into politics right here, and let's begin. The Court of Appeal has today held a decision of the High Court that the affordable housing tax charge to Kenyans is against the law. In a ruling delivered on Friday, Appellate Court judges Lydia Achode, John Matibo and Paul Gashoka cited public interest in the matter, underscoring the High Court ruling that the housing levy was introduced without a legal framework. Staying in the courts, the High Court has declared the deployment of Kenyan police officers to the Caribbean nation of Haiti as illegal. In the ruling that was made on Friday, Justice Chacha Mwita said that the National Security Council has no right to deploy police officers in other countries. This comes after the National Security Council in October last year petitioned Parliament to approve the deployment of officers to Haiti.
It's not the National Security Council. It's the president, but the president has to, number one, ensure that we have a treaty between us and that country, reciprocating country. Secondly, there has to be a gazette notice, a request, and then it has to be gazetted, and then it has to go through Parliament. So if that is not there, then no deployment of police officers can happen. The National Security Council, on its part, can only deploy the Kenya Defense Forces, not the police service.
They could deploy outside Kenya. Otherwise, there is every reason why when we were doing the Constitution, writing this Constitution, we renamed it from a police force to a police service. And in fact, it's a government parastatal called KIPRA that actually undertook a detailed investigation on why we must change the name of the police force before the new constitution to a police service so that it can serve you. And you know, I like to give factual examples. I come from a place called Kapedo. Maybe many of you have heard about Kapedo. It's a battleground. You know, people being killed every other day. There is no enough police service there. So really, what wisdom could possibly have driven President William RUTO to make that roadside declaration that Kenya police, who are very inadequate in our own country, could be deployed to another country, to a gangster, to a gangland, basically.
I've been the attorney in this matter. Yeah, first of all, we have to congratulate my client here for doing a good job, impeccable instructions that were presented before court. Number two, I want to congratulate the court for standing firm and delivering justice to Kenyans. It's quite unheard of that somebody will just want to wake up one day and say that he's sending troops to 1,000 miles away in Haiti. So the court has said that.
The Supreme Court has once again postponed judgment in the case where Joseph Irungu, alias Joey, and former journalist Jackie Maribe are faced with charges of killing businesswoman Monica Kimani. Judge Grace Nzioka today mentioned that she will give the verdict come March 15th, 2024. The postponement of the judgment comes after Jackie Maribe failed to appear in court with her lawyers citing sickness.
I will allow the adjournment, but make two observations. And also, Mr. Katwa Kigen, you made a statement to the effect that the second accused person has never adjourned this matter from the time it started. May I let you know that this is a judgment. I am very well seized of the facts. I had over 2,000 handwritten pages, and I had over 500 typed proceedings, and I have read them from page 1 to page 500. And there's also a time she was unwell. We are not condemning her, but I needed to correct that. That is not correct that from the time this case started in 2018, it has never been adjourned because of unavailability of the second accused person. 15th? My earliest date then would be 15th of March. Unless a date just opens up and we'll notify you earlier. and I'll need adequate time to deliver this judgment. All right, so how are we, the councils involved in this matter? Please look at the date I've suggested, 15th of March.
Away from that, 39 suspects, including the controversial preacher of Good News International sect, Paul Mackenzie, have been arraigned in the Children's Court of Tononoka in Mombasa and charged with 17 offences of violating the rights of children. While appearing before the senior judge, Nelly Chepchirchir, the suspects deny the charges and ask the court to release them on bail. The decision on whether they will be released or not will be made on February 15th.
Kesachei Primary School, Stephen Sangamuye, Evans Colombe Syria,
within which to file and serve their response to the affidavit in opposition of bond. The prosecution shall also file and serve all authorities they intend to rely on in support of their application. The defense as well to file and serve any authorities they intend to rely on together with their response. The trial documents be supplied to the defense, and for avoidance of doubt, the prosecution to supply all documents they intend to rely on. That is by the next date, which shall be 15th of February 2024. So we shall hear the application to oppose bond or support, as the case may be, on 15th of February 2024 at 10:30. 10:30, Mr. Mulya.
2 people lost their lives as others were left injured in a gold mine in Rarieda Sub-County. Following the incident, villagers attacked and stopped the construction of the Aimlight Limited Mining Company, which was launching its operations in the area. The residents claimed they were not involved in decision talks to build the company.
Kulingana na mambo na gold, nina uhakika kweli watu wa China hawatafanya kazi hapa. Kwa sababu gani? Tuna ukweli wenye walikuwa na chimba na mikono, tulitegea hiyo mali kukula kwa miaka mingi sana hadi na wajukuu wetu. Lakini watu wa China wakikuja na zile masini na wachimbe chini na masini watawacha zile chemical, na wajukuu wetu hakuna mali yenye watoto wetu wajukuu wetu watakula. Ndio maana nimesimama imara nikisema ninajitetea hadi na wajukuu wangu.
And we are saying that where we are living is where the gold mining is happening. But we are calling for the help from the community and the government, being that there is a company that is being initiated in our area that is going to use the toxic chemicals that is going to kill our youth, those who are going to employ there. So we are calling and we are saying to our MCA that this mine, it would have made us to learn. So we are calling the community that let us come together as we show the Chinese company the way out of our world. And we are calling it to come.
This meeting has been convened and was properly convened by myself as the member of County Assembly. I made my invitation to the said company who is having China membership, and I invited them for public participation to come and furnish the public with the information of what they are doing. They have failed to honor my invite. It is a show of disrespect for somebody working in my area, and also disrespect to the people who are the landowners of the said piece of land. So we have unanimously decided as people of North Ramba and East Assemble that we are not allowing a Chinese-owned company being fabricated by somebody who is not a member of this region to do mining in our area.
The government is set to construct a 100 million shillings processing fish plant and storage facilities in Lake Naivasha to improve fish production and reduce fish imports from China. According to CS Salim Vuria, the facility will be constructed on land donated by KWS, adding that the project will be a major boost to fishermen in the region.
Rais, kuna hizi boti 6 ambayo tulinunua kwa gharama ya milioni 306, na akaniambia moja tulete hapa. Ndio maana tumeleta hiyo patrol boat ambayo ina gharama ya milioni 50. Hapa tutajenga landing site ya budget ya milioni 100 ambayo itakuwa na chumba ya barafu, chumba ya kusafisha samaki na tuweke mitambo ya kisasa. Kwa hivyo katajua kwamba kuna mahodari ambao wanaendesha boti hapa kwa ziwa, lakini tutatuma timu ya maritime to train coxswains hapa for free ili waweze kucomply. Kwa hivyo PS atakuja hapa, mtakubaliana ni wangapi, alafu tutatuma timu ya maritime waweze kukaa na nyinyi wawasomeshe ili tuweze kuwa na ustaarabu mpya kwa mambo ya samaki.
Mambo moja tungependa kukuuliza kama wavuvi na kama timu ya patrol. Hii ikifanya kazi, kila mmoja hapa atakuwa tajiri kwa sababu atalinda lake. Itasaidia kikosi ya Coast Guard kufanya kazi ya monitoring, control and surveillance katika lake na Ivasha. Lakini hii boti imekuja hapa, tunaomba tu vile imelandi hivi na ile kazi tunatarajia ifanye ya ajabu, pia tunaomba security ya hii kifaa.
A total of 900 camels procured by the county government of Samburu will be distributed to livestock farmers in Samburu East and Samburu North. Samburu County Governor Lali Lililit has said that the camels will go a long way in enhancing food security in the lowland regions, making a major impact to people's livelihoods to cushion them against the adverse effects of climate change.
Hapa leo tunapeana ngamia 109, 109. Ukiadi hiyo ngamia yote ya mwaka moja, karibu ishinde ngamia yote ile East imepata kwa mwaka 10 ya devolution. Mwaka moja imeshinda yote. Kwa hiyo mwaka zingine tutaendelea kuuliza wananchi ni nini wanataka, ngamia ama ng'ombe. Shughuli ya hii program ni kuwasaidia maneno ya food security. So hiyo ndio tunafanya. Maneno ya food security. Watu wetu wametokana na drought, wametokana na maneno ya cattle raids, wamesumbuliwa, mifugo imeenda chini. Tunataka kurestock families ndio waweze kujidumu, wasomeshe watoto, walishe watoto, wapate masiwa ya kupea watoto ndio waweze kumea mzuri. Hiyo ndio tunafanya.
Ninashukuru kwa sababu tumeona sasa matunda ya devolution, tunaona mahospitali zinajengwa, maji zinawekwa na pia ngamia tunapeana na kwa njia ambayo inafaa, ambayo inafaidi mwananchi, na tunahimiza watu wetu wote washike ngamia hawa.
Mimi nashukuru sana county government yetu kwa kazi mzuri. Tunafanya diversification katika livelihoods program kwa sababu sehemu hii ni sehemu ambayo ni kame zaidi na hakuna maji na hakuna nyasi. Ngamia inafanya vizuri hapa.
Nimetoka Samburu County. Tunashukuru hii county ya Samburu wametupea ngamia. Mali yetu yote ilishukuliwa na ukame.
Sana county tunasema asante. Umetupea vitu mingi, ametupea mbuzi, ngamia. Sasa hii wanyama wetu yote iliisha. Sasa tunasema asante, county ametusaidia kwa sababu hata kama sisi sio wote wale wamepata, tunasema asante.
And now to some sports news. Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp has hinted that he will leave the club at the end of the season. Klopp, who joined Never Walk Alone in 2015, has won 6 major trophies with Liverpool, including the UEFA Champions League in 2019. Klopp hinted that he was ready to exit the club in November, with sources revealing that his assistant and development coach will leave the club as well. Currently, Liverpool sits top of the table with 48 points. And now you're on the know right here on Lookuptv. But there's a lot to expect. The corridors of justice have been busy today. The housing levy has been outed by the courts, the Court of Appeal. That is a story that will be coming to you in details, as well as the president's response. And he says that the affordable housing project will continue. As well, looking at the deployment of police to Haiti, which was done last year, and the court has said it is unconstitutional. As well, the Monica Kimani murder case, and the case has been postponed to March 15th. That is a story that we have been following closely, and of course we'll be keeping you up to date. Remember, the judge has said that if any other date opens up, then the judgment will be given on that day. and the Shakahola massacre. So then the judge, the 17 people have 39 suspects that have been arraigned, including the controversial preacher Paul Mackenzie, for 17 offences, which include violating the rights of children. A lot happening in the corridors of justice, as well as some sporting action that will be coming away at 7 and at 9 p.m. And on the center stage tonight, we'll be having a conversation about cervical cancer. This is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. And just for you to understand what are the risks, how can you take care of yourself, and if you have cervical cancer, then what are the options? What are the treatment options that one has in case they test positive to this type of cancer? I'll be having that conversation with a very able panelist. You don't want to miss that conversation. And keep your questions coming in at Lookuptv on Twitter, X, and Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. I am Nancy Nalima. Thank you so much for watching. Do have yourselves a pleasant afternoon. Goodbye.